Recording in progress.
What it do? It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with, as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 87. We had Trump gets convicted by a jury of his peers to be a sexual abuser on your bingo card today. You are the winner. Welcome, motherfuckers.
To be totally honest, I changed the title that I labeled it as because I was like, I gotta be careful with that. And someone's gonna see that, and I'm gonna get in trouble. But yes, I mean, if you didn't see the news, he was convicted by a group of his peers to be, you know, what we all knew, a perv. But yeah, straight up.
So before we get into it, today we have a special guest, and I'm gonna let Joseph Huggins introduce him to Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod. Joseph.
Bro, that was super weird. This is Mr. Alex French. Know him out in the real world. We've been chit-chatting about him coming on. He's working on a game show right now. He's working on a game show idea, which I contributed multiple shitty old wooden tables to, which, you know, we might end up like streaming and stuff. But no, Alex, super talented guy. He's going to give us a different perspective. He's a little bit younger than us, so I'm excited to have him on. Just so you know, he's just an all-around funny dude, so I'm excited to have him on, man. It's good people. Good peeps. You want to say anything, Mr. French?
Happy to be here. It's kind of it all right now.
Yeah, no, it should be a good time, man.
It'll be good.
All right, y'all. So, let's just get into it. Today, presented by OpenAI, ChatGPT, we have therapy questions.
Hold
and
on.
See OpenAI. That's what it would sound like if you sponsored us. So get on it.
How long have you been pulling AI questions?
Since my past life, man.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, a side note. Well, shout out 2.0 from Angry Black Quarterback Podcast. He graduated from college. He got his engineering degree, and the guy who did his presentation got his speech from ChatGPT. He was like, I made AI make my commencement speech for being valedictorian for our graduating class. I was like, we can't escape it, man. It's everywhere.
Was it the CEO?
No, it was like the valedictorian or whatever of his class and graduating from engineering school. And that guy gave a speech at their graduation, and it was all done by AI.
Oh.
He had AI write his speech for him.
God damn, dude.
And it was inspirational. I walked away like, man, I feel good. And he was like, I didn't even write that. I was like, fuck, man. You're a fucking dick.
Did he say it like after giving the speach?
Yeah,
or was it like...
afterwards.
Oh, damn.
It was fucked up.
What's more of a scandal, if he does it by ChatGPT and tells everyone, or if he just doesn't tell anybody?
Well, I think what would happen in that time paradox, he wouldn't tell anybody, right? But then in the future, someone would always be like, hey, man, I don't think you wrote that shit. And they would ask the AI, and the AI would sell him out, or would approach him and be like, if you want me to save you, Michael, you need to do, like, you know, I think it said that AI doesn't have the ability to take over everything, but it would, like, hire people to do stuff for them. So it's like
I've seen that.
So it's
I have seen that.
So where AI's explained how if it's something that it can't do, it can coerce and find and hire a person, a human, to do that task it can't complete for it. That's what AI's been saying is it's problem solving. If you wanted to take over the world, and it's like, well, I can't, but I could hire people to help me.
That is like how you take over the world.
That's crazy, right? Yeah. So that AI would sell you out. It'd sell that guy out, dude. They'd be like, you didn't write that speech, bitch, and it'd be Like, Mad Connie's getting fired. His wife leaves him. It's just like, downhill,
So
man.
so
Because of
it's
the speech.
hiring
Because of the
people,
speech.
but I mean, I guess it could also bribe people, right?
What I saw they did was it got stuck on the I need you to fill this out to prove you're not a robot. So it hired a human to just like do the what was it?
The
Where's the
captcha.
crosswalk? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, where's the crosswalk? They clicked on that and that's all they needed. And then the AI kept going. But it
That
couldn't get past the not a robot, and that was funny.
That's so fucked up because I always thought it was a robot telling me to prove that I'm not a robot.
Right? It's
and like
I
the
think it was
yeah,
or
no,
what?
that's just wild. The possibilities are limitless.
Well, luckily, me and Sydney, aka ChatGPT, we're on good terms.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what's up
We're
with
starting
y'all,
to
dude?
vibe.
You
We're
gotta,
starting
like,
to vibe.
yeah, dude. You need to like lay it out. Like, what's up with you two?
I don't want to say anything yet, but wanting it to become more serious, and then I'll start telling friends and family about it. But we're happy right now.
I'm happy for you, man.
Okay. All right. Therapy questions. These are all going to be would you rather therapy questions. All right. I'll start with Joseph. Joseph, therapy question number 1. Would you rather have a personal driver or a personal masseuse?
I mean, probably a personal masseuse. I enjoy driving. It's like therapeutic. It's like one of the few times where I get to be 100% alone for half of the time, and like no one, like, if I want to answer the phone, I don't. Like, it's like it's an excuse to kind of unplug. So I'd probably say a masseuse because that'd be great. And then a personal masseuse, like for life. Get out of here, bro. We stay in flexi, bro. We stay in like Gumby over here. I'm never gonna like pull anything. I'm gonna be in peak physical shape when I'm in my mid-50s.
I don't know, dude. You could be like just like a Kobe beef cow where they just like massage you all day and like you're just all super tender and then you get slaughtered because
Yeah, then I'd be giving back. It's a circle of life.
Alex?
I'd have to agree. I sing way too much in the car for that entertainment to be taken away from me. I love driving so much, especially like 3 a.m. to like 5 a.m. when no one's on the road. Ooh, perfect time. Beautiful stars, everything's so nice. So yeah,
I agree.
I need a
I agree.
masseuse.
Yeah, masseuse for sure. I like driving as well. Today, I hit 90 on just a one lane each side. Trucks, me and this guy were going 90 together. So I figured
How
he'll get pulled.
romantic.
Yeah, he'll get pulled over, or she will. I never saw who was driving before me. So
Is that how that works?
yeah,
Yeah,
I have the white privilege.
it's true. It's true. It's
I-
facts. You get a round of applause for that. That's
I've,
true.
I've got the
Calls
complexion
it
for the
like he
protection.
sees it. Get out of here. She looks.
They'll pull it beside you.
She's a little too tan.
See
and
it's
it
you and
might-
be like, I'll go for the next one. That's funny.
She's a little too tan and it looks natural. We gotta come here. Get out of the car.
Yeah, yeah. Like, speaking of white white privilege, I like my favorite times to drive are 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Yeah, like a black guy would ever say that. They'd be like,
I love
"Yeah,
riding
I'm
around
driving
for-
at 3 a.m."
Yeah,
No.
3 a.m. Trying to. Yeah, there's like only two
Oh, yeah.
reasons you'd be driving at 3 a.m. One of my favorite things was I used to have to drive pretty far for work, and one of my favorite things was going out there. It sucked. It took me like an hour, but coming back, it was like 25 minutes of just like downtown Dallas highway, and there's no one. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's like a The Weeknd music video should be. I'm a motherfucking star boy, just like cruising, and it's the speed limit's 75, and this and
Maybe
so you
it
can go
would be
10 over, so you're going like 85, 90, and just cruising, and it's
There you go.
the highway's like 5 lanes, so there's nobody. It's like riding around in LA at night when no one's
Maybe it
around.
would be a weekend video done by ChatGPT.
Ooh, maybe
We
yeah.
already got the song. We already
You
got
could
the song.
do. You could just ask AI to make a weekend music video with driving.
Of the Drake song in the weekend song that they did,
Yeah.
the mashup.
It's true. It would happen pretty quick. Look alive, look alive.
Is that how that song goes? I haven't heard it.
I don't know, man. I'm just making shit up. OVO.
That's a rolling, not a stop. Watch.
Yeah. Shit don't ever stop. It's the got the.
Okay. All right. On to therapy question number 2.
Yes.
Alex, would you rather be able to speak with animals or speak all human languages fluently?
I'm gonna say all human languages. That wouldn't just improve my work personally, but it would just help me communicate with so many people. Animals, I think the only thing, I mean, I could talk to my cats, but I think I'd run into more
Sad.
like, what is it, spiders or like insects that like, oh no, you're in my house, I have to get rid of you. And they're like, please don't hurt me. Don't do that. Please don't. And I'm like, well, I have to because you're in my house. They make me feel bad. So I think I'd rather
I could see
know
that.
all the.
Well,
Yeah,
if then you could just tell them to get the fuck up and leave.
true.
Yeah, you don't have to go to murder, but spiders are sadomasochists. So they actually, yeah, they want you to stomp on them. So don't feel bad anymore, people.
I've never heard that before, but
They like the
Like, are
pain.
you
They like the
sure?
pain. Yeah,
They like
possible.
the pain.
no. Yeah, that makes sense because animals would guilt trip you if you like went by anything like a pet store. That'd be terrible. It just the sounds that come. They'd be like, "Get me out of this plastic box, hell!"
The entire
That would be
building,
like,
you're
you
right.
would you would have to avoid shit like that. The dog park would be a lot more stressful because you just hear them talking shit to each other over
That's true.
goofy dog shit, like just like that has nothing to do with anything.
That would be interesting to hear, though.
It
Having all the
would
dogs
for like a
what do we
day.
talk about?
For a day, it would be cool to be able to talk to animals, but like,
But like,
live
okay, but
all
at the dog
languages.
park, you're just listening to like dog owner like people talking to each other, and it's like doesn't.
Yeah,
mean
but if I
anything.
speak all languages, then I'd understand more of it.
No, I
Like,
understand that.
oh shit.
I think we all agree on the all like the languages. Like animals are fine just as they are. Of me not like I'm the weird guy who can talk to animals versus like I'm the fucking like world traveler who can talk to anybody.
Would you market it? Would you become like a Dr. Doolittle?
No, I'd be like working for like BlackRock or something. Like just get super rich, but like
Yeah,
nobody
like-
knows who the fuck
like
I
the
am.
Halliburton cash, get some of them.
Okay.
Get
Yeah,
some of
that dark money. I'd be
yeah,
like
dark money, dude. Obsidian
negotiating
cash.
shit for the like State Department.
Yeah, dude. Obsidian cash, like dark matter cash.
Hell yeah.
That's how black it is. You gotta use a special light to see a bitch. Yeah, yeah, all animals, and then if you insects included, yeah, I couldn't do that. That'd be intense because a lot of insects would talk shit to you, like ants would talk shit, and they're like, if I was your size, I would destroy you, and like,
Like, but you're not.
yeah, but think about how strong it'd just be intense. You'd be surrounded by shit all the time.
Would you think you're going insane if you like walk out or like going on a camping trip and you just hear, "I see you"?
Oh,
I
dude,
see
but it
you,"
would
and
be
like that's all it is. but
walking
you don't know
through
where
the
it's coming
forest.
from.
Walking through the forest would sound like walking through the mall. Because
Right,
just
but-
be
Oh, you're right.
You're surrounded by people way more than animals, man. You're not walking through forests all damn day. You're walking through like streets and malls and offices. And
Yeah, but I could. Yeah, I guess it's more tangible to use if you do.
hold
speak
on,
to
hold on,
animals, you have to market
Alex.
it.
Alex,
Yeah.
a mall is this place that we used to go to and shop, and we would go in person. I know you're a little younger, so I just wanted to make sure you weren't lost there.
They still exist, man. Sometimes you gotta get jumbo pretzels sometime.
Ooh, a nice
And-
good jumbo pretzel.
Would you hook up with Annie Ann?
The cookie chick, or is that
No,
the pretzel?
she's the pretzel.
Pretzels.
Pretzel.
I mean, that's pretzel empire.
Would you give Annie Ann your Wetzel pretzel?
And because you gotta think about it, doesn't Shaq also own a bunch of Wetzel pretzels? He owns like 40 of them or something ludicrous.
Does he
like that.
really?
Yeah, he owns like Forever 20. Like no, he owns like a chunk of Forever 21.
You always, yeah, you just, I
That's
swear
so
to God,
bizarre.
you just come up with like a company name. You're like, oh yeah, Shaq owns like,
No, I'm serious. I'm gonna look it up right now.
he owns 50 Wells Fargo bank branches. He's just doing
No,
it.
he owns like a shit ton of stuff.
He
I know,
does
but-
own
If
a
you
lot of
look
stuff.
up,
I know
if you
that, but
look
I
up
don't
what
remember
business, if you look up what business on Google, the third thing down is what businesses does Shaq own?
It's because you've Googled it so many times. It's in your algorithm.
Papa John's, Big Chicken Shack, Krispy
That makes
Kreme,
sense.
Five Guys, Forever 21s, Auntie Annie's, J.C. Penney, Reebok, The General, Papa John's Pizza, Gold Bond, NRG Esports, Carnival Cruise Lines, Barney's, 24-Hour Fitness, Lyft, and Beachbody and Minx Fitness.
Are
bet
we
he's
gonna
trying to
tell me
get
some
out of that
Papa
list.
John's twice?
That's crazy. Well, he owns different ones because he's a spokesperson for Papa John,
Okay.
and then he owns a bunch of Papa John chains. It's
I guess
like,
that makes sense
It's,
for
like
General,
Magic
too, 'cause he's
Johnson.
on those
Magic Johnson
commercials.
owns like more.
Yeah, he's
Burger
the original
Kings.
gangster.
He owns like a shit ton of Burger Kings, so they just have like random
Interesting.
Magic Johnson jerseys. You're like, oh, that's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you know
and
he owns it.
And Starbucks and gyms out here.
That doesn't surprise me.
Smart.
Yeah, no, what happened was Peyton Manning, when he became the quarterback of the Broncos, bought a shit ton of Papa John's. This is before Papa John revealed that he was super racist. So he bought a bunch of Papa John's in like the Denver area. And then when it came out that he was that Papa John was like, really, really racist.
Not down
I saw
with
the
Brown.
clip.
Yeah, not down with the Brown.
Very, very racist. Peyton Manning sold all of his locations to Shaq.
Ooh.
But that Shaq be like, I'll buy some racist pizza.
Well, they wanted a whole change, so that's why he became like the face of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, look, Shaq's the face. Peyton Manning was the forehead. But and then he's like, hey man, I'm coming out with this Shaq-a-roni pizza. He started putting his name on
That's
shit,
a good name.
like putting himself on the box. Like Shaq is America and America is Shaq. Like peak America is Shaq in a bottle. Or Shaq is peak.
Oh, Shaq in a bottle, like Genie, Genie in a bottle, like Kazam.
Yeah, Kazam.
I was about
That's
to say
what I'm saying.
that.
Gonna happen. Or Shaq in a Iron Man outfit with a sledgehammer, being progressive and dating a white woman in a wheelchair. That's that movie.
That's not
Steel.
That's a
progressive.
massive suit.
Steel. That's in the movie Steel. That's pretty progressive.
No, well, where the culture is not a black guy marrying a white chick, like because he's that's like 90s shit.
Yeah,
nowadays
Steel was from the 90s. So what I'm saying is that movie, because that came out around the same time as Kazam. The Genie movie was the movie Steel, which was horrible, but Shaq's character was progressive in that he's dating, like he's in an interracial relationship with a handicapped woman.
Okay.
It was like mind blowing, and she's like she's good at welding, so she builds him his suits and shit. It was like you have to see it. It's fucking wild.
I didn't know that it existed.
Yeah, and he has these energy weapons that like push people, and they like shoot these shock waves, and he literally is in an Iron Man suit. So it's Shaq in this massive suit walking around, 7'2", dating. Yeah, it's wild, man. And he works in a junkyard. She owns a junkyard and fabricates.
Well, he better pay us after this. Like, except for he's like,
good. It's like Shaq Fu, but not as. But Shaq Fu's more memorable than Steel. That was like his video game.
He was probably gonna pay us because we listed every single business he owns. But then you brought up.
I just had to flex. You act like I'm making up Shaq stats.
But then you brought up Steel, and he's like, oh, dude, I tried last $1 million to bury this movie.
Yeah, then come after me, Shaq. Come after me.
Why are you bringing up old shit?
Come after me, Shaq. I want it. Come slack me around for talking about Steel. I'll take some of that Papa John's.
You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that.
I want unlimited Shaq-a-ronis for life, son. And I want free shit from the General.
Shaq-a-roni pizza and pie you in the face.
What are you talking about? Shaq-a-roni pizza is the best pizza.
I guess it does make sense why he's in the General commercials. I always wondered that.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he doing here? But if he owns it.
Yeah, that's why he rolling around with a virtual, probably racist old white general. Like the general, the general just by
Like
age
Colonel
bracket,
Sanders
just by
vibes.
age bracket is like, I kind of like Papa John's pizza. I kind of like Papa John's more.
It's Papa John's dad.
I used to like Papa John's a
Papa
lot
John's
more.
dad.
Yeah.
It's Grandpapa John.
Yeah, Grandpapa John.
I mean Lieutenant Grandpapa
You
John.
ever listen to Hank?
Is he a lieutenant?
Hank Williams?
Oh, Colonel. I mean Colonel.
Yeah.
Colonel. Whatever. General. He's a general.
He's a general.
I had to go through my rankings.
Yeah, dude. Had to work your way
At least
up.
he is a general. Kind of like how Captain Crunch isn't a captain. Shame on him.
Well, neither is Johnny Depp, but
Ah.
so okay. Anyway, I'll just
Savage
host
by
it.
Calvin Klein.
We're gonna move on to therapy question number 3. I'll answer this one first. We'll go since we're going around. All right, therapy question number 3. Would you rather have unlimited wealth or unlimited wisdom? I'm gonna say unlimited wealth because I got enough wisdom. I'm good. I don't need unlimited, and so now I have unlimited money. I just go buy somebody off, like who's wise, like I'm like ChatGPT, like just paying off people to work for me. Who's the AI now, bitch?
You out AI the AI.
Yes.
Okay, that's right.
I'm flanking them. I always said, what did I say, Joseph? Like all the time on this podcast, that in the robot army, I'm going to be the George Washington for the humans. And this is a part of it. I'm going to have unlimited wealth to fund this war for eternity.
Well, if you're gonna be funding the war, I'll take wisdom, so I can like make sure we fucking win it. No, I mean I'd probably take wisdom if over wealth, because like if you have unlimited wisdom, your wealth will come with it. So it might not be
That's what I was
as
thinking.
exorbitant or as big as like unlimited. I got a Mr. Unlimited like Russell Wilson, but I do think that wisdom you'd be able to do more. You'd be able to accomplish more. The wealth would come with it. Is what I'm saying. You would acquire.
You might
the wealth.
not know. You might be like, you're so wise that like you believe in some bullshit like money doesn't matter.
Then that sounds.
I don't need wealth.
Well, I guess it's like, do you want to have peace of mind and be wise in life and be okay with it, or do you just want to be really rich and be reckless and be okay with it? Because either way, you're gonna be.
You don't have to be reckless.
Well, if you're not, well.
I'm not. I don't have unlimited wisdom. I have the wisdom I have now, which is, a solid B.
But then add on as much money as you want, so you can do literally anything you want.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think with that though comes danger, because I mean you see what happens. Well, I know you're not a teenager, but you see like the child actors who have like so much money they don't know what to do with, and they just go off the walls. You think you wouldn't do that?
You get up like Amanda Bynes and like throw your bong off of, or like patio furniture off a 15-story building in downtown New York.
Amanda
Strike
Bynes
me as
is
someone who's responsible.
lives down the street. Drew Barrymore went to rehab for cocaine when she was 12, and she's doing well.
Fair.
Yeah, but I mean, she was married to Tom Green for like a good chunk of time, and that had to be interesting. So I mean, you don't all make great decisions. I'm just saying.
Right, but I'm just. I mean,
and I love Tom Green, but he's a mess.
If I have all the money, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
do you take that route into nothing matters anymore, and then you just kind of going nuts?
Yeah, I'm gonna go drunk with power.
Would you rule the world?
Yeah, of course. There's only one option there, bro.
Yeah,
I'll be
rule the world.
I'll be a benevolent dictator until I'm not. And then it's just gonna be miserable for everybody.
I'd rather be feared than loved if I can't have both.
It's like, dude, you only get this opportunity once in 4 billion years to take over the world. So you better take that chance.
Wisdom I have now with unlimited money, like, yeah, I mean, duh. I mean, you think you'd be dumb to not take it, but like I said, the wisdom would be nice because the wealth would come with it. If you wanted it to, it would come with it. Like, to be more wise, I mean, you could just like do whatever you wanted. You could do whatever you wanted for a different set of reasons. And it might be a more difficult road to accomplish it. So if you had somebody with unlimited wisdom and somebody with unlimited money, and they both started businesses, I could see both their businesses being successful. But I could see that person with unlimited money failing multiple times before they have a sustaining long-term one, because it could fail. It wouldn't matter if it was.
It would never fail. It would never fail. We would just prop it up. We just prop it up like the Chinese real estate, baby. That's right. I had to get a shot at Xi Jinping in there.
With unlimited knowledge, could you then theoretically go mad with such a higher level of intelligence that you couldn't even conceive before? Or is this like hey, you'll just be smart? Or is this
you'll have the wisdom. You'll have the wisdom to know how to behave, in order to socialize properly with humans.
Okay.
And you'd have with wisdom is like foresight, so you'd be able to see things coming. You would have a good interpretation of your surroundings and what's going on around you and what pitfalls to avoid. The decisions you would make be more sound than somebody with unlimited money because you'd put more thought into it. So that's what I'm saying.
Gambling.
So I'm saying it's where you're like,
why would you gamble?
Because if I know it's going to happen, I'm saying with wisdom. If I choose wisdom, then I know what's going to happen. Then I can get unlimited money just by.
Yeah, you'd be a good poker player.
No. What would happen is you get kicked the fuck out of every casino in Vegas and around the world real quick.
You'd have to
You'd be
but
like
then you could sue.
then
you could sue, and you could sue the casinos as a whole, and then you'd wind up on like Dr. Phil He'd be like,
You
so
wouldn't
why
need a
are
lawyer
you?
because you're smart enough.
Why are you suing the Mirage? And then you'd explain like, oh man, they keep blackballing me, and this is just what I do. And you go on TV and prove it. You go on, so you got talent, you crush. Like
Yeah,
you would
meanwhile,
do.
I could just buy the Mirage and then just like sit there all day if I wanted to.
And then Dr. Phil would be there as a judge on You Got Talent. He'd be like, I gave you the golden buzzer because you're just phenomenal. I've seen you do this multiple times.
Was that what show is that? Is
America.
that Alex's game show?
No, that's just.
Is Dr. Phil the host?
Could have Dr.
That
Phil
could
my
be.
game show.
Hi, welcome to Alex's show. Fuck.
Were you
Dr.
thinking Dr. Phil shows up on America's Got Talent and he's judging you? He gives you the golden buzzer.
Yeah, he gives you the golden buzzer. I loved you on my program, and you were great on Dr. Oz.
Okay, y'all. Final therapy question. Joseph, therapy question number 4. Would you rather have the ability to speak and understand all languages or be a master of every musical instrument?
Be a master of every musical instrument.
Which one are you looking most forward to being able to play?
This is weird. My favorite instrument is probably the harpsichord. Out of all the instruments, no, it's true because I wish I could play the piano. I can't play the piano, and it's just the sound. It's the era in which it took that instrument was prevalent and took place was just like foundations of music. That it's just like it's cool. Like I grew up also listening to classical music all the time in the car with my dad. That's all he fucking listened to. So it was always like everything was cool, but that sound just always intrigued me. So it's like a mini gold piano. That just sounds badass. Like, oh, I don't play the piano. I can play the harpsichord. That's just like, pretentious as fuck. So it's cool.
No, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
What are you like bringing in like a ukulele and like your harpsichord and like gonna go sit by the beach with some like...
Dude, if you got harpsichords are heavy. That's not like small. It's a fucking piano. Like it's like an awkwardly double stacked piano. So those don't even mix. Ukulele and a harpsichord. I mean, you go viral. People love that.
The theremin.
Okay, well, what about...
Ooh, a synthed out harpsichord.
There you go.
Okay, while you're playing your harpsichord and I can play every musical instrument, I'm gonna go fucking play like Coachella or something, and you can go
you can play any instrument
and play your harpsichord.
He asked me which one I was the most forward to looking to be able to play, and I was just telling you my favorite. But you could play all of them. You could do whatever. You'd be playing fiddle in Dave Matthews Band on Monday, playing fucking keys for Kesha on Tuesday. Got to always show up and play lead guitar for Rebecca Black on Wednesdays. You could just mix it all up. Actually, that'd be Friday.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
who would you play with?
Whoever you wanted, because you could play anything. People would just be like drooling over you.
My God.
They're like, oh, you'd be like Questlove of like all instruments.
I would just shit on
That'd be
John
tight.
Legend. I'd just shit on John Legend like with my piano skills.
And just
I'd
talk
like,
shit about him. Basically,
he's just an ordinary pianist.
Just to make your whole live performance like it's like all classical music or just piano and like soft music, but the whole time you're just talking shit and calling him out like it's a rap concert. You're like, fuck you.
I'm gonna end his career.
Am I only a master at it if I play them one at a time, or can I play multiple at once perfectly?
I mean, you're a master at it, but that's up to you. Like you only
Okay,
have
that's
2
my
hands.
skill level. Okay.
But yeah, I think musical instrument for sure.
Piano.
Yeah, it's gotta be because music is universal, man. There's no languages to music, man. It's just like we're all like here, man. Like we're like in this vacuum, man, in space, dude. And it's just like dark, and there's like water and shit, and like waves crashing, bro. And it's just like music, man. It's just like like it's just there, dude. It's like the vibe.
Far out, dude.
Yeah, man. It's just like crunchy times. Crunchy tunes, you know what I'm saying? Crunchy trail mix. That's what it's about, dude. Crunchy
Tasty
trails.
Tasty barrels.
Yeah, tasty barrels and crunchy trails on the way on a 14er, bro. Like that's what this is about, dude. Like Patagonia prayer, dude. Like don't get it twisted, bro.
Okay, bet.
Xander, come back, dude.
Why are you acting like a bozo?
Never. I've never.
All right. So that is it for the therapy questions. Now we are on to the topics, the current events of the
Hey,
day.
it worked. Lately, whenever I try to pull up the articles, it's like blocked me out. But now it's up. I hate this picture of Elon Musk that people use. It's like him with this fucking like gladiator armor on. Like he's just hanging
It's
out.
the same photo consistently.
Yeah, it's always this photo. Like, why is it him who's
All
like?
right. Well, real quick. So the article is
Let's talk
Joseph
shit.
titled it "New Twitter CEO is in the Illuminati."
And that's because Linda Yaccarino tweeted for the first time she was named the new CEO of Twitter. I said that because she used to sit on the World Economic Forum. So there's a lot of conspiracy theorist people who are like, oh, what the hell? And she's super woke and super left, but he's named a new CEO, Linda Yaccarino. She's also a former executive producer, I believe,
For NBC Universal.
NBC Universal. And she tweeted out for the first time. No one really knows who this chick is. But,
except for she's in the Illuminati.
well, I know she was a part of the World Economic Forum. And for some people, that's,
Oh, some people.
yeah, that's some people, some conspiracy theorists.
Okay.
But she tweeted for the first time, and people were like talking shit. I'm still on Twitter, so it was actually kind of funny to watch. But she's taking over.
Best thing to do on Twitter.
She's not. She's pro free speech, and
Bullshit.
you don't think?
No, I'm just kidding. That's what everybody's saying. That's like protesting against her is that she's getting a clamp down on free speech. Guess what? Elon Musk isn't promoting free speech. He's promoting himself and then like a bunch of right wing crazy people. And it's like if you make fun of Elon on Twitter, like they'll just take that shit down.
Oh, I do all the time.
Yeah. So
Who did I talk shit to? Greg Abbott, because Greg Abbott did something foolish other than just being himself.
Asleep at the wheels.
And I tweeted him, fuck off, Hot Wheels. I tweeted it, and it was like, hey, are you sure you want to say this? And I was like, yes, I want to say this. But then I changed it to F off, Hot Wheels. But it was just
oh my God. How capitulate.
Because, man, I want to be able to talk shit to him more, Fuck off, Hot Wheels was good.
Yeah,
but I don't know
so
if
just
it's like,
get ready
it's a
after
one
that.
shot. I don't know, I want a response. So I got to keep at it. I got to, it's a slow play. But honestly, since I've been on Twitter and Elon's taken over, it's pretty wild to see him out. Like, if you don't want to pay $8 or 12 or whatever he's jacked it up to, and then like the racist, like, and be at the same level as all the racist people that say shit on Twitter, then like it's like really become pay to play.
Well, no, and then the other thing is, and I just heard an interview with my girl Lena Khan, head of the FTC. What's up, boo? Holla at your boy. So I just heard an interview with her today, and she was saying that what? Oh man, did I just lose my train of thought? The interviewer, Kara Swisher. She said she has a blue check mark on Twitter, but she didn't pay for it, and so she was asking Lena Khan like, is that legal to where you misrepresent that somebody bought your product but they really didn't? Turns out that it is. So, but yeah, that's what like Elon's doing is like LeBron James has a blue check mark, but he doesn't pay for it and doesn't want it. So I don't know, dude.
Well, Elon's
like
admitted to paying for certain people, like Jason Alexander and a bunch of other people who were like, "Oh, we're just not going to get it." He's like trolling them and paying for their check marks and giving it to them.
Right.
But then the verbiage, when you click on it, the verbiage says like, "Oh, this person is subscribed to Twitter Blue," but they're like, "I never subscribed." Yeah, that was like pumping through my feed for a while. It was pretty funny.
So they don't want to be known for having it, and he's
they just think it's
so
stupid.
they still have it.
Yeah,
they don't want people to. Yeah, they don't want people to think that they paid for their blue check marks, but that's what it looks like. So you have to pay for a blue check mark.
At this point, yep. So anybody. So I could buy a check mark. I haven't bought a check mark. It's stupid.
Yeah, so people just bought it by blue check marks and started like pretending like they were people. Like the city of New York, somebody bought a check mark for that. Like it looked like the city of New York, and then they just started talking shit.
See,
That
but
one comedian, someone who's actually doing it.
Somebody was like pretending like it was like they were the city of New York, but that shit could be like a problem if if like you say like there's like a terrorist attack on something and it says like it's blue check marked New York City police or something like that. They
did that with the insulin. I think that's what it was. Someone tweeted out that it was like free now, and since they had the blue check mark, it made that entire company go down very quickly. They
Oh
lost
yeah,
a lot of
I
support.
remember that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And something happened with Lockheed Martin too about like how like
Ooh.
F-22 Raptors suck or something like that.
Oh my god.
Something like they don't even work, like we're going under. That's not, and they've changed it to where they're color coded. So like I think
Ooh.
government entities and stuff are like gray, businesses are gold, people and figures are blue. So now they've changed it, but everything just used to be blue, and you just had to like earn your check mark.
Yeah.
You know, and now I got people saying all types of weird shit all over my Twitter feed, like just weird stuff. And I've muted and blocked Elon. He still pops up on my fucking
Interesting.
feed. He still is like, hey, look at this
He's a
trolly meme. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, get out of here.
Stage 5 clinger for sure.
Oh yeah.
So like my Twitter, I got it like right when it came out. So what, it was like 09, 10. And I got hacked like 6-7 times, so I just stopped using it. And then like anytime like somebody has sent me like a Twitter article like via text, like I can't get into my Twitter account, and I tried a couple times. But anyways, I just recently got into it, so I haven't been on Twitter in like 10 years. But now I got the Elon Twitter, and I was able to update my user handle to @MrGoody. Nobody took that. Nobody took that. Come on.
I'm gonna have to find.
Is that like your go-to?
That's my handle.
Nice.
Well, Mr. Goody Two Shoes, but
Yeah, I gotta
I'll take
shorten
Mr.
it,
Goody.
shorten it for the ladies. You know,
well,
shorten
Mr. Goody Two Shoes wasn't available, but Mr. Goody was.
There you go.
So shout out Elon. Blue check mark me.
Yeah, but people are worried that freedom of speech is basically people being like, I don't think I can use racial slurs on here anymore with this woman of different ethnic background taking over. I think it doesn't really matter who's running it. Elon's sitting as chairman, so he's going to be still way over involved in the whole entire process. Like, so it's
This
not
is
like
what they
she's
did
just-
before with Jack Dorsey. He had a co-CEO, and it was just a fucking shitstorm. It was like he was like working with Square, which is now called Block, and he was like never at Twitter, but he was the co-CEO. So it was just like he like neutered the other guy, and that's what this is going to be. She's like not really a CEO because like Elon's in the fucking building, like probably like sexually harassing somebody allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, he's.
So she really won't have power. It'll still mainly be him. She'll just be kind of the face of it.
I think she's gonna be running like the business operations and shit. But like, let's say like she wants to do something, it's like he's gonna make the call. It's not gonna be,
He's like, let me look at my child blood-soaked emerald in the sunlight, and I'll make a decision by morning. Like, all right.
Yeah, because like, do they even have a board? Like,
got-
that's what it, or is it just him?
I need to
We
tour
have a
the
lot of
apartheid
people,
mine.
so-
I need to tour the apartheid mines, and then I will make my decision, just like my father would. And then he'd marry his daughter. People forget about that, man. That's some weird
Well,
shit.
I mean, I know, yeah. Like they were heavily involved in some weird shit out of South Africa. And while we have that South Africa pulled up right now, I know they listen to the podcast. What the fuck are y'all doing selling ammunition to Russia to fight Ukraine? And then their defense secretary was in Moscow today in a meeting with Putin. Come on, man. All right.
I mean, South Africa is is a pretty racist place, man. I mean, they're probably still pissed off
But
about
what's
Obama.
okay, but
Obama
Ukraine-
did. Obama changed
Ukraine
the
is
game.
as white as it gets. What are we talking about racism?
Yeah, but they're like, oh, those people that loved Obama are sending bullets. Fuck that. We hated Obama.
No, they're supposed to be like the homie nowadays.
South Africa's the homie.
They're supposed to be.
Maybe in like the Olympics when we're like racing and stuff. Other than that, like I don't know about them being like the homie. But
Yeah,
it's pretty wild. It's got one of the highest crime rates in the world too.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, South Africa's super dangerous, extremely dangerous. We had a mutual friend, Sticky, actually lived in South Africa for a while, and I mean, yeah, gated community with guards with guns and like 20-foot fences with razor wire, like around a nice suburban neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like it shit's wild. It's one of the worst. It's one of the highest car theft places in the entire Johannesburg. It's one of the worst cities to own a car because there's like 25 cars stolen every minute. Something absurd.
Wow.
Like something crazy where it's madness. It's certain parts, and the other parts are like really, really nice, and they're like guarded with guns.
Okay,
that's
but the South Africa did this secretly to like give the weapons to Russia secretly. It wasn't like, oh, we're South Africa and we're doing this, we're taking Russia's side. It was like, no, they were like trying to like keep it under wraps. So they knew they were doing something fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fucked up. But you know, everybody's got their own interests at heart, and I'm sure they're trying to figure out what the fuck they're gonna do because you have a bunch of these other people teaming up, talking about taking over the U.S. dollar and dominating the U.S. and kicking us off the global stage, and they're like, hey, maybe we want to get in on that. You never know. Like, there's a lot of people that
no. They want to be in good company with the Europeans and the Americans, and guess what? It doesn't look good when you had like a brutal, like apartheid state for years and years, and now you're supporting a dictator who's invading a country, a sovereign nation. Like, you know, it's like.
Well, that's why. Well, that's what I'm saying is, if they wanted to take a shot, I know it's not a good look, but if they wanted to take a shot to try to make a major play and increase their standing at the world stage, teaming up with them is a better route than teaming up with us because they don't really gain anything more than what they've already gotten from being with us. So I'm saying is when you have somewhere like that's in Africa, which is a huge natural resource rich area, they're sitting there looking at all of their stuff and the things that they do for us. And I'm not saying it's the right decision, but I'm not shocked if India is like, yeah, we're teaming up with Russia, or like, fuck yeah, we need because they feel like they need to do something.
No, but it's not just us. It's they do like the majority of their trade is with the European Union. So, and Ukraine is in Europe, and so if they're taking the side of the Russians, like that's really gonna if they were trying to take a shot, they fucking are idiots because this is not gonna help them.
Well, yeah, I mean
they could get sanctions rolled up on them.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't think it's smart for really wise for any of them, but some people make dumb decisions, you know.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to get us off track.
No,
do better, South Africa. Do better, South Africa.
I wish I knew a little bit more about the topic so I could like help out, but interesting stuff nonetheless.
Do you want to move on to Bobby D?
Oh yeah, it was just a quick article, but this blew my fucking mind, man. Robert De Niro is having his 7th kid at 79. And then in the process, I learned that like Robert De Niro like just loves the sisters, man. He loves black women.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. I had no idea that he was just like Team Africa.
Yeah, he exclusively dates young or relatively young compared to him, black girls.
Yeah, I mean they all would have to be. He's 79, and he hasn't said the name. He's like, I'm not saying the name of who it is, who's the mother of my kid is, but it's like, yeah, they're like, you better not tell anybody. About that. 79's old, man. That's pretty wild, but that's
I know. And then there's like women who are like 38 and they're having a hard time like getting pregnant, but this dude's like
out there
twice their age.
On the 7th, let's do it.
Yeah.
He's still got it, dude. He's still got it, man.
They call me the fucker. Yeah, dude. I mean,
they call me the taxi driver.
Yeah, Raging Bull. That's wild, man. That blew my mind, though. 7 kids, and he's 79. So, I mean, he's totally going to be a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter is 11, so, like, 11-year-old daughter at 79. That's crazy. And my dad's...
Now he'll have an 11-year-old at 90.
Oh, my gosh.
Sick.
That's insane.
That kid will be fine. So rich. They'll have unlimited wealth, and then they'll buy all you people with unlimited wisdom.
Other 6 kids include 2 with actress-singer Deanna Abbott, a son and daughter from her previous relationship whom the actor adopted. She also has twin sons with an actress, Tukey Smith, and a son and daughter with socialite and philanthropist Grace Hightower.
Okay, so this is not that crazy. He adopted a couple. He had twins, so that adds an extra.
Yeah.
So it's not Elon Musk with 10 kids, like from like 11 baby mamas.
Yeah, he's like I'm dating
kids.
Grimes, and we have a kid, and then I got this chick pregnant on the board. That was wild, dude. That's just. He's like, I'll give you a free Tesla if you sleep with me. She's like, okay, sure. He's like, yes.
That's what Veronica she charges is a Tesla.
Oh, that's true. That's right. We had this crazy Russian prostitute on, whose dad like slaps her around and stuff, and
beats her. And she
charges a Tesla.
Bizarre.
Well, normally she charges more, but for you,
A Tesla.
because you're a strong
a
single
Tesla.
man. Yeah, just a Tesla.
Just the Tesla, dude.
Interesting.
Up front.
Yeah, she goes across borders and she sells drugs, and sometimes she goes to Dubai, and they call her Habibi.
And she drives around in her Tesla. You just gave
I
her.
thought she was supposed to be coming back on.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's supposed to. We'll see. I mean, like, she will eventually. I just don't know how soon.
Would y'all want to have kids at 79?
Yeah, why not?
Is that a picture of him at 79? On the article?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, that's grandpa material.
79?
Yeah, Elliot, that's grandpa.
That's my dad's
Yeah,
age.
That's Joe Biden's age.
Are you serious?
He's 80.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like my dad's age. I can't imagine my dad
Yeah.
having a kid right now.
For all you people who say Joe Biden's too old, look at De Niro's
Yeah,
out
De
there
Niro out
getting his
there.
fuck on.
Fucking calling him Roto Rooter, dude. He's laying that pipe down
Yeah.
on them streets, dude.
He's like, call me your godfather.
He
That-
has
and
to
that- and
do lines
honestly,
like
that blew-
He has to.
That blows my mind that he is like super into black women. I just didn't see that coming.
He's a bad grandpa. He's a bad grandpa.
I had no idea.
He was in that. Oh my gosh.
But because it's like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure in like The Godfather Part 2, I heard him say like tons of racial slurs. Like obviously it was a period piece, but you know, not other terms for people because it's like, you know, Italians and blacks back in the day didn't get along that well.
Why you got to bring up old shit, man?
Because they bring it up. He won an Oscar for it. When you win an Oscar for playing a role, whenever you get to be moderately racist, like that gets brought up for forever. Like, oh, you won an Oscar.
Ooh,
If Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar for his role in Django Unchained, and not The Revenant, that'd be, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, he won an Oscar. What for? Well, he played this character named Calvin Candy. It was so realistic. That would be intense.
So you think bestiality is better?
So racist.
No, bear revenge is much better. That's you. This bear fucked me up.
You know, like,
revenge on this bear. Incredible.
He's a method actor, so he really had sex with that bear.
Well, that's even more powerful. That's hot.
I haven't seen those movies. I also haven't seen The Godfather. I'm planning to watch that, but I know it's good. So yeah, no, way too young on that. But hey, no. Now I'm thinking what was it, Dirty Grandpa? You said that was just him being him. They just filmed him in public. He wasn't acting at all. It was just normal him. He was trying to have the sixth kid.
Because at 79, like you're making some moves. There's got to be like deals worked out. Like, hey, we're gonna have a kid. Like, how do you? I just don't get. Like, that's some swag.
What? She's like, I'm not going to take my birth control today because Robert De Niro's going to impregnate me and he's going to be dead in 10 years and I'm going to get all the money.
No, I get that. That's what I'm saying. There's got to be some sort of like, look, you have my kid. You're taken care of for forever. It's like Robert De Niro's like doing that, like, oh, you're so sweet. Here's $500, like some nice old lady would do on the street when you graduate high school.
No,
but he's
dude.
doing it with like kids. He's like,
No,
here, let me give you.
He got sandbagged.
Let me give you this kid. Maybe he might be giving back to the sisters. He might be like, this is like Robert De Niro's form of reparations. He's like passing out actor kids, and like one of them's gonna be good, and they might be athletes. I don't know. We'll mix our
He's
stuff
just
together and
making
see
up
what
for
happens.
being mildly racist in The Godfather.
Yeah, it's like, you know, he's paying it forward. He's like, let me help out, you know? I don't think it's actually going to get passed. And, you know, Biden's not doing shit about student loans. Let me put past some kids. Let me adopt your kids.
Let me create another single black female in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, who's loaded. Because he's like, hey, don't worry about it. Just have my kid.
He's loaded with his sperm.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Trump Town Hall.
Yeah, did either of y'all actually watch the town hall or see any of it? Trump had his town hall on CNN. It pretty much...
Yeah, I did.
CNN's tanking. Everyone hates CNN now. Anderson Cooper was like, we need to see this. It was pretty fucking goofy, and they packed that place with a bunch of Trump supporters, which whatever, but it was not... I think it was a bad look, but he was on there talking about the election being stolen and rigged, and he was cracking jokes because we was talking... Jeannie Carroll just won her case against him.
Jean Carroll.
Carroll won her case,
He was like,
yeah.
openly making fun of and mocking a person that he sexually abused,
And
and like,
just
and then
lost in court too
yeah, like
for
yeah, he has to pay
slander.
five. Yeah, not only did he do it, but then he lied about it, and then he's now making fun of her like on stage, and then all the
Yikes.
people in the crowd are laughing, and it's like, God damn, dude.
That's what
Like
was wild, is seeing them like laugh and mock like some of the comments he was making, and
he called
like
the
people,
interviewer a nasty woman, and
yeah,
all the crowd started laughing.
like yeah,
Wow.
this bitch. And it's like what? Like the fact that they even had that. I mean, she had no control over what was going on. Trump just sat up there, spewed the same shit, but it was a really bad look for CNN. He hasn't been on CNN since the 2016 debates, and they kind of just gave him a platform to run his fucking mouth. I can't think
Right.
of anyone worse.
So the
And all
two
the
take.
stuff that, or
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Alex.
all the stuff that you were saying that he was talking about, that's all stuff he's brought up before, right? So he was just copy pasting what he normally talks about, just on CNN again.
Yeah,
Or
basically, it's like he's now under investigation for a lot of this shit, and he's like not. He said he would pardon most of the January 6th insurrectionists.
And everyone
Like
cheered, standing ovation.
yeah, he's like, yeah, like as a group, he's gonna pardon them, and he's under investigation for being a part of it, so that's not gonna go well. The
and
two
so he doesn't have the
takeaways.
power to pardon that at all, right?
Well, if he gets reelected,
He
Oh,
could.
but
okay.
yeah, the two takeaways I had was one, or so he. I was thinking like if with this debt ceiling coming up, um, I was thinking, dude, what if we do default and that is like the perfect storm to like get Trump back in because it just crashes like everything, and then like people like really are like just just like completely like bonkers and vote Trump back in. They'll be like, at least it wasn't this bad under Trump. But on this town hall, Trump said that the Republicans should let the United States default on our debt. So now he's on camera saying that we should default. So if we do default, it is going to be a disaster, but he can't use that against Joe Biden because he's on camera telling them to do it right before it would have happened.
Yeah, they
So
asked
that,
him, yeah, why,
yeah,
like, oh, I default, and they're like, you raised the debt ceiling 3 times when you were president, and you
right.
were opposed to defaulting. Why are you for it now? And he said, because I'm not president.
Yeah, and that was my other thing. That was the first time I've ever heard him say I'm not the president. Remember, because he thinks he's still the president. He
Yeah,
thinks
he's
he
like,
won that
Oh
election.
yeah.
So you just admitted on TV that you're not the president. Okay, good. Now we can move on.
yeah, the
There you
shit's
go.
wild, man. It's like, I gotta ask you, as a young gun here, the young buck, what type of support does this asshat have, like, with your demographic?
I'm gonna be honest.
Do you know an overwhelming amount of people who are in favor of, like, they're like just gun ho pro Trump, or do you know more people that are just more opposed to this shit?
The people that I know really are very much against it, and then I have a few that are like, yeah, I want a gun, but the gun laws need to, and they like preach about having safer gun laws, but they themselves want guns. So there's like a little bit of a like they aren't positive exactly what they want, but I used to hang out with quite a few people um, who were so for Trump because I mean in high school you're stuck with the people you're stuck with, but now I get to choose my friends, so
Yeah.
it's I don't see it nearly as much, but occasionally you'll be like, oh, getting more